Hello and welcome to episode 120 of Things I Learned from Barry Harris. And today I thought we would discuss Barry's chromatic scale and we'd use it in, I thought a nice place to use it would be the bridge of Cherokee. And he used to work on this too, like he would put this particular chromatic scale in the bridge of Cherokee. So for those of you that don't know, the bridge of Cherokee is going to be C sharp minor 7 to F sharp 7 to B major. Then it's going to do the same thing down a whole step. B minor to E7 to A major. A minor to D7 to G major. G minor to C7. It doesn't go to F major. Then it goes C minor to F7 to get you back to B flat. So, but as Barry people, we know when we see C sharp minor 7 to F sharp 7, we just have to think F sharp 7 scale. And then we have B major scale. And then again for the B minor 7 to E7, we just have E7 scale, and so on. So let's take you through the scale, maybe the scale outline. Would be F sharp 7 up and down, B major up and down, E7 up and down, A major up and down, D7 up and down, G major up and down, C7 up and down, F7 up and down. That would be the scale outline. Now, what I mean by Barry's chromatic scale, for those of you that don't know, it's anytime you play a scale and you have a whole step between notes, you're going to put that chromatic in between. So in between F sharp and G sharp, you're going to put it. In between the second and third, you have a half step, so you'll put it. In between the third and the fourth, you don't have a half step, so you're going to have to insert one. And the inserted note is going to be the scale tone. So it's going to be this. So in between the 3 and 4, you have to put the 5. And then 4 is going to go to chromatic to 5. 5 goes chromatic to 6. 6 goes, doesn't have a chromatic, so you have to jump up and play tonic to the flat 7th. And then 7 chromatic to tonic. It's totally chromatic. So here's the scale. One more time. Does exactly the same thing backwards. So then the same one would be for B major. Here's B major. So it'd still be the same idea of putting the half steps where they can be put, but then when you have the 2 spots, and in the case of a major scale, it's between the 3 and the 4, and the major 7 and the tonic, you have to jump up and use the next scale tone. So it would be this. So maybe let's try it. Let's try from the F7, we're going to try it from the 5th, we'll say. And then we'll start from the tonic of the B major. Same thing from the 5th of the E7 now. And then the root of the A major. So let's try that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pretty. Very pretty. Now maybe let's do something different. Maybe let's do, let's start on the flat 7th of the F sharp 7 or the dominant. Let's just go up, let's go up a triad, which would be, so we'll say, and then when we get up to that last note of the triad, let's come down a chord. So let's say, and now let's do the same thing starting, let's say, from the 3rd of the B major. So let's do it from the flat 7. 1, 2, 3. B major. Flat 7 B. A major. Flat 7 to D. 3rd to G. Flat 7th to C. Flat 7th to F. Yeah, it works beautifully. So not that you're necessarily going to play like this long a phrase, but these are really beautiful to just throw in anytime you want. So wow, that was starting from the flat seventh. What if we did starting from the third? Or a bit. Yeah, let's do that. So it's the same idea. We'll start on the third, and then we'll go up. We'll go up a triad to the flat seventh, and then when we get to the flat seventh, we'll come down a chord. And then maybe we'll start from the tonic. Let's see. I like that. Last one. It's beautiful stuff. Beautiful stuff. Why don't we do, let's do down. Maybe we'll start down. Let's start down from the fourth. I got it. That's a perfect one. So we're going to start from the F sharp 7 or the dominant. We're going to start from the fourth. And we're going to come down a full chord. So we're going to start on the fourth, and then we're going to actually end on the fifth. So it'll be, and then we'll do the same thing for the B major. We'll start from the major 7. And then it'll be, so it's basically doing this. And then for the B major. So let's try that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Works beautifully. So all these different ways, and these are kind of like the interesting ways that Barry would have us practice them in class, but of course it would just come off the top of his head. He would say, why don't you try this, why don't you try this? But these are ways that you can really see if you know the scale well or not. You just test yourself. Like even if we just did a triad down. That's a nice one. Oh, that's a nice one. So let's do a triad down from the fourth. And when we get here, we're going to pivot. That's pretty. So now let's start on the major 7 for the B major, and we'll do the same thing, a triad down. And then we get to the last note of the triad, we're going to pivot a chord. I love that. Sorry about that. And then, oh, sorry. And then, that's a pretty one though. Very pretty. So nice. So many nice things. So it's just a little example of how you can take this scale. Now, you could do this with any song. Just take it and just give yourself like a little test. Say, hey, how well do I know this? You could do it with I Got Rhythm. You could do it with anything. I like, and I used to love it when Barry would use Cherokee, because obviously Cherokee, the bridge goes into so many different keys. So it's really nice. It kind of gives yourself a test. Now, as guitar players, we should really try to see, like, okay, here's F sharp 7. B major. But now, instead of going here, we should maybe do, instead of going to this same place, maybe we should stay in the same fingering. So let's try. And now, and then, so you see, you try to stay in the same position. See how I messed up a bunch of times. But that means I got to really see it in the same position. That's a great thing for guitar players to have to work on. but one step at a time. But anyway, I just thought I would make this quick video about that because I've been thinking about this tune, and I've been thinking about how we used to work on it at Barry's, and it was so helpful. And again, like all Barry's things, it's not just going to be helpful for this tune, it's going to be helpful in general to any music that you're thinking of, anytime you're thinking of a dominant chord or a major chord. So until next time, enjoy practicing your Barry's beautiful chromatic scale.